My BF is upset because I sometimes miss how sweet he used to be in the beginning. Me, 25F, and my BF, 26M, have been in relationship for almost 2 years. We both live in the same city but we do not live together. He is naturally a little bit loud talker, but when we used to talk in the beginning before getting into relationship, he used to talk gently and sweet with me. Now it's not the same, which I totally get because we are both more comfortable with each other, but he teases and jokes about me a lot, which is not fun all the time, and dominates while joking, like talks in loud tone but still laughing and joking about it, so I've just started to be quiet and not react to his jokes at all. Cut to today, we were talking on phone casually and he was making a joke on me again, and I said that sometimes I miss how he used to talk to me in the beginning. He asked me what I meant by that, and I told him how he used to be gentle, calm and sweet while talking to me before, and now it's not like that, which I miss sometimes. He got upset about it, saying sometimes no matter how much we do, people will always find faults, and took offense that he isn't sweet, for which I calmly explained that I'm not saying that he's not sweet and I'm only talking about the tone and the way he talks to me. He was still offensive, kinda upset, saying it's okay. Everyone has their expectations. We both got a bit quiet for a few seconds, and then I said I absolutely do not mean anything about him being sweet, and asked to let me explain him what I mean and why I said that. He said that he's not interested and he does not want to listen about it. I didn't want to make the conversation worse, so I said that I'll talk to him later. I know he won't talk to me until I make a move to talk to him and say sorry. This is not something new, and I'm kinda tired of making the first move and saying sorry all the time, even though it's not my fault. I love him and still want to talk about it calmly, so I was thinking of explaining to him via message and let him decide the next step. Is there anything else I could do to make him actually listen to what I have to say? Boyfriend feels the constant urge to check my phone every time we meet. What do I do? Hi Reddit, I, 22F, and my boyfriend, 20M, have been in a relationship for around 6 months now. Recently, he has been absolutely obsessed with browsing through my phone, going through the photos, WhatsApp chats, opening different things, shutting them, and this has been getting to me. I want to run you through some details first for context before I get into what has happened. Some pointers to remember. Previously, we've had a fight about a phone-related thing, but it was about how he snatches away my phone when I'm doing something on it. This was a couple months before, when he used to randomly take my phone from my hands when I was on it, doing something. I currently own an iPhone 13 and he is momentarily obsessed with it. It's what he claims, at least, as to why he's fascinated with holding it and looking at it so much. We have a healthy relationship otherwise and are into each other and understand each other very well, but it's not been that long where I feel comfortable enough to share these things right now. In my previous relationships, the phone sharing and browsing has come after a point where both parties were a point where it was cool to grab each other's phones and do things on it, which is roughly somewhere after a year or so. I never feel the need to go through his phone or even look at it or hold it or whatever enough, though he's shared his phone lock password. I, too, have shared my phone lock password and have nothing against it, but I never have the urge to look at any of his stuff. Getting into what has happened, the other day we were taking a walk, and he again randomly asked to hold my phone, to which I subtly declined. He continued to press on it and I told him that I did not feel comfortable giving him the phone again and again because there was really no point to it. He, then, threw a fit on the street and started being all, "I can't believe you would do this to me. Where have these boundaries come from? Are you hiding something from me?" To which I calmly replied, saying it's not personal. I'm yet not comfortable giving you my phone again and again every time we meet. I don't understand the need to go through it always. He, then, said I can't be with you now, I need to leave, and hailed a cab right away and left me hanging on the street. I went home. The next day, the chats were cold. He tried to argue with me on text, saying the same things, that he just wanted to hold it and he just loves the iPhone 13 so much, he just wants to look at it, which to me honestly seemed like petty excuses. I was never against the idea of letting your significant other have your phone. Somehow I feel he has hidden agendas. That night, I told him how I felt that I was not ready yet to share the phones and wasn't hiding anything and would let him know when it was okay to do so, to which he said he was not happy with the conclusion of this fight. I did not know what that meant back then, but then a week passed, things were grim, we were talking to each other much. Today, right after work, he said he wants to talk to me and would like to meet me, so we met, sat together, but did not say much. He then started about how he was uncomfortable with the fight and how things had not been normal, and I told him I still stand by what I had said, and he started to hyper again. That's when someone stopped us to ask us directions. That's the moment he took the opportunity to snatch my phone again from my hands, and started to type in my phone code and would not give it back to me, to which I obviously had an adverse reaction. We had just been through the ordeal of why I didn't want him to do this, but here he was doing it against my wishes and knowing I won't like it. I asked him for my phone back and he started to yap about how he didn't understand why I don't like it and how he's uncomfortable that he is denied using it. I told him if he thinks it's a deal breaker and can't respect my wishes and continues to go on like this, then we better break up because I do not want to be pressurized into this. He continued to press on the matter, and this time I left out of feeling utter disbelief. I don't know what to feel. All I know is that if the situation was turned around, I'd be happy to wait it out and talk to him about it. I want to know, from a third-person perspective, what does this look like? What should I do? I am still in shock. I, 28F, am losing interest in my husband, 28M, and want to get that interest back. After 10 years together, it's natural that there are ebbs and flows in a relationship, but what I'm dealing with right now feels different. I love my husband, he's my favorite person to spend time with, he makes me laugh and supports me in everything I do. I love his sense of humor and his caring nature, he has so many positives, and he's cute too. But in the past several months, I've almost completely lost sexual interest in him. At first I thought I had just lost my sex drive in general and went the usual route, saw my doctor, got more sleep, etc. But now I realize that while my sex drive is a little reduced, I do still get the urge to use my vibrator and read some dumb erotica stories now and then. But my desire for sex with my husband is greatly reduced. I don't have a specific reason why. Part of it might be overall boredom with sex, but when I think about adding the usual spice things up stuff, it's not very exciting to me mentally. Part of it might be that there's little to no sensuality in my life. I'll be changing clothes to get in the shower and my husband is peeking and admiring, wanting to be intimate. To me, I'm tired, I want a shower, this isn't sexy in the slightest. There's just no mood, and even if we've been cuddling for a while in front of the TV and he moves in for a makeout, I still don't feel that spark. Lastly, I fear that it's just him I've lost interest in. Little things about him have started to turn me off. Not his looks or hygiene or anything like that, but his hobbies and interests. He's always been a gamer, and when he's not at work or doing chores around the house, he's playing video games. I like that he has a hobby he finds fun, but to me this is getting to be a bit of a turn off the older I get. Sometimes I daydream about him working with his hands or doing some other task, or him picking up a book and reading. But my husband has never been a reader, he's never been handsy. I can't ask him to drop hobbies and pick up new ones for my benefit alone. How do I get back the interest I had in him from the beginning, or at least salvage our sex life so it seems more appealing to me? He's getting tired of the nose and I'm getting tired of feeling mentally checked out during sex. I should also mention that we have no sexual experience outside each other and have very little imagination for these things, so spicing things up is very intimidating but not impossible. Relationship of 1 year, 23F and 23M. I, 24F, was at a university careers event yesterday. I had prior to that informed my boyfriend, 23M, that I would likely not be able to take calls but that messaging would be okay. I needed to show to potential employers that I was interested, not absorbed in my phone. I came back to 51 missed calls from my boyfriend and accusations that I am a liar and not to bother calling him, even though I'd sent him a message to say I loved him and that I was still in a talk. Went out for a few drinks with 3 classmates afterwards, just a beer. It was good to be around people, especially while my boyfriend was ignoring me. Ever since then he's been saying he doesn't believe me, that I'm a horrible person, that he doesn't care about me,